Austin Gayle here with Pro Football Focus, bringing you Zach Allen of Boston College, all the way from Phoenix, working with Exos out there. Zach, how you doing today?
Good, great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Well, let's get right into it. I was popping on your high school tape, and the first thing that stands out to me is how big you are. You're a massive dude. It looks like a man among boys and really tossing kids left and right. I know I saw a play where you throw the guy that's blocking you into the player that has the ball, tackle him. I think it was crazy to see how dominant you were. And a question that comes to mind is, how fun was high school for you?
Yeah, I was 240 at the time, so I've actually gained like 40 pounds since high school football, so I've gotten even bigger. But yeah, no, it was fantastic. Just being able to play with the best friends that you play with since third grade.
Staying on that kind of fun element of high school, I know in your huddle film you had some tight end catches there. You're making some touchdown grabs.
Yeah, no, I actually got offered by UCLA as a tight end, so I was pretty good at it. And ever since I got to BC, I was always pushing for either being the goal line tight end or running a fake on punt. But sadly, it never happened. But hopefully, some NFL teams watch my high school tape, and we can get that going again.
For sure, man. And going back to high school, I know you had to make a decision. 3-star recruit, verbally committed to Northwestern, and then January of 2015, I think it was, you decommitted and went to Boston College. What went into that decision? Why'd you choose BC?
I realized, being close to home was very important for me, kind of going back to those, the people back home. I wanted them to be able to see me play and to, have my family come up and see me every weekend. And, just with the academics and the Jesuit education and just, talking with the coaching staff and the players, it just really felt like home. And looking back on it now, I'm very, thankful I made that decision.
For sure. And you speak to that coaching staff. I know Steve Adazio played a big role in that. And I think he played a big role in how you've improved over at BC and your career. Can you speak to the relationship you have with him and the impact he's had on you as a player and now a future NFL player?
First, just talking with him alone, you'll see he's a very passionate guy. That's very contagious, and it made me realize I want to make football my passion. So I really started to put more work into it. And then also, he's big on his players being complete people, not just being, they're just a football player. They're good students and they're good people in the community. So very thankful for him and everything he's done for me and my family.
Looking at Adazio, I stumbled across a YouTube clip. He says, "Be a dude." What does that mean? It seems kind of funny when you saw it, but what does "be a dude" mean? And are you a dude? I need to know.
Yeah, no, be a dude is just, you're just accountable and you basically do everything right, and your teammates trust you no matter what. And whether it's in the building and on the field, you're making the plays and doing your job, or it's off the field, being a good person and being a good student and being accountable. I'd classify as dude, I hope, but you got to ask the man himself.
There you go.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
And speaking of Adazio, and I know there are other guys or coaches, players that were instrumental in your success and improving your craft. Talk to me about Harold Landry.
Just talking to him about advice on tricks and stuff like that, whether in the events or the interviews or in the whole process. So again, just having that resource that's kind of gone through it, kind of like a big brother, it's definitely been very helpful.
For sure. And here at Pro Football Focus, we grade every player on every play and every game, and run defense grade is something that you've done all 3 years. In these last 3 years, high grades, high run defense grades from us. And you look at, you obviously chose to come back to Boston College for your senior year. Your career arc, you've improved in Pro Football Focus overall grades every year of your career, up to a 90.9 overall grade in your senior season, the 9th best overall grade we've given a player at your position in the last 4 years. How did you get so much better in your senior season?
Again, I was a pretty solid run defender my junior year, but I also wanted to improve in the pass rush because Harold being gone, being such a elite pass rusher, somebody kind of had to step up into that role. So I really focused on the offseason and just becoming a complete player. So that's why on the tape of my senior year, you're seeing me play more of the outside edge guy versus, the 4 eyes. So just the combination of those two things, I think really kind of went into, me working a lot on the pass rush and trying to step up. And there's a saying, you want to leave a place in better standing than you found it. And Going from 3-9 my freshman year to being on that type of stage my senior year, I think that our senior class did that.
That's great, and I'm glad you brought up your pass rushing ability. It's another thing we saw improve dramatically in your senior season. You earned a very high pass rush grade from us. Technical hands, aggressive, you can play outside edge, you can beat people outside. How did you improve that in your senior season and get to that level?
Coach Jim Reed, he took over the defensive end spot, and he would, live in his office, basically, drive from the Cape, every day, just to watch tape with me so we could go over stuff. And, I was very thankful for that. And, he's a great coach, and, luckily, it all worked out well.
Great to hear. And you look at how big you are, and people are going to want to immediately tag you as this physical bull rush type. People are going to want to call you unathletic, not able to beat people with speed. How do you prove them wrong?
I mean, you just got to put on the tape. I think you see me win a lot of different ways, whether it's, coming inside, beating them on the outside with speed, power. I think my senior year tape, I really kind of showed some versatility with my pass rushing moves and everything. And, coming off of, a very serious foot injury, which is why I couldn't play my bowl game to, 2.5 months playing football full go for the first time. But, I think all they have to see is, my senior year tape, and, we'll see at the next level, I'm going to be productive, no matter what.
At the Senior Bowl, what did you take from that experience as a whole? I know you're coming off the foot injury, maybe some shortcomings there, but I'm sure being around those coaches and all those talented players, you take something from that and you really can improve your game from that.
Yeah, I think the best thing is, when you play against great competition like that, it's gonna highlight what you need to work on and what you're good at. The best part about that week was you just got to talk football again, whether it's in interviews, drawing up defenses, or just talking about football with, the different teams, or in the meeting rooms. So I think I'm very thankful for the opportunity, and just getting ready for the combine and learning, taking everything that I learned from there, because knowledge is only becomes knowledge when it's applied. So got to just take the coaching and keep working.
What are you most looking forward to at the 2019 Combine?
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by my athleticism. A lot of people will say, oh, he's this big defensive end, can't really move. But, luckily for me, my weight can fluctuate. So I know I'm kind of in that in-between spot right now, but, I can lose weight very easily. I can gain weight very easily. But I think the most important thing is that they're going to be able to see a big guy now, be able to move, with the best of, the pure pass rushers, as they say, and be able to, go toe-for-toe in the strength categories with some of the strongest. So I'm just looking forward to, doing that and, continuing to build relationships with teams. And, again, it's another great opportunity.
Constantly improving, constantly refining your craft. It sounds like those are things that you hold in high regard. What are you really looking to improve in these next few weeks and prior to the draft?
Yeah, I think you just want to improve on, every event, every number. So, I've always had good pro agility, so very, probably to put some less focus on that and just, focus on the other events that need to improve. Just trying to, correct everything and just make it a great event.
I know this can be a tough question, but do you have a range or a number you want to hit in the 40? Do you want to be a 4.4 guy? I see 4.4. I think 4.4 could come.
No, we'll see. We'll see what the official laser time is. That'll be, we don't want to give away, the ending too soon. No spoiler alert.
Oh, that's good. I'm looking forward to it for sure. And looking at your tape at Boston College, I think you look at overall grades, advanced statistics from Pro Football Focus, but there's something else that stands out. You play with a mean streak. You're a little violent. You kind of want to hurt people. I mean that in the best way, but I know that's not coached. I know that's not taught. Where does that come from, and why do you kind of bring that demeanor to the field?
I think that's the only way you can play football. It's a violent game, and, it's meant to be played by violent people. And, if you don't like it, then you're either going to be on the field and you're going to get hurt, or you're going to be on the bench. And, it's just, you're out there. It's the only time, where you can hit people and not get arrested. So why not, do it as much as you can?
I said that was last question, but I wanted to give you this opportunity to bring up anything maybe we didn't touch on, something that you want people to know about, because everyone says stuff on Twitter. Everyone's talking about this big defensive end out of Boston College. He's not athletic. What do you want to kind of get ahead of and tell people about Zach Allen?
I mean, if you press play, I think, a lot of people are going to be impressed and going to see that I can do a lot of different things and do them at a high level. And I've proved that I can do it against the best of the best. And, I'm just excited, for this next level, to be able to do that every single week at the NFL, because you really are going against the best. It doesn't matter how you get in. You just want to get in. And that's my goal, is just getting in and being able to just do what I love.